Max always felt different, like the world was speaking a language he couldn't quite understand. At school, the noise, the lights, the social interactions, all of it was overwhelming. But while the world around him felt too loud, Max found peace and focus in something else entirely. While other kids were playing sports or video games, Max had a passion that consumed him: machines. From the moment he picked up a screwdriver at age 7, he became obsessed with understanding how things worked. Whether it was old radios, clocks, or computers, Max's room was filled with gears and circuits. It wasn't just a hobby for him. It was how he made sense of the world. But school was a different story. Social interactions felt like riddles. Max couldn't understand why people laughed at things that didn't seem funny, or why his honesty upset others. He was often labeled as the quiet or weird kid, but no one realized that Max was seeing the world through a different lens. It wasn't until Max was older that he and his parents received an answer: Asperger's syndrome, a form of autism. For Max, the diagnosis didn't change who he was, but it gave him a new way of understanding himself. He wasn't broken, he was simply different, and that difference was something to be embraced. After his diagnosis, Max no longer saw himself as different in a negative way. Instead, he leaned into his strengths, his passion for mechanics and his ability to see patterns and connections where others couldn't. He started designing robots, and though he still struggled with connecting socially, his work began to speak for him. People often focus on the challenges that come with autism, but it's important to recognize the strengths as well. Max's ability to hyper-focus on tasks allowed him to develop skills that set him apart. Though social situations were still difficult, his work began to open doors that helped him find a sense of belonging. One day, Max was approached by a professor at a university who had heard about his unique designs. "I think you could do something great with your skills," the professor said. For the first time, Max felt like he truly belonged. Not because he had learned how to navigate social situations, but because his talents had found a way to shine. Max's journey wasn't easy, but it was his. As he continued to innovate, he realized that being different wasn't something to be ashamed of. It was his superpower. His work in robotics allowed him to connect with people in ways that he never could before, and he found a sense of belonging in the world of innovation. Max's story is one of innovation, acceptance, and the power of embracing who you are. Through his passion for robotics, Max found a way to connect with the world around him, showing that being different isn't a barrier, it's a gift. And as Max looks toward the future, one thing is certain: his journey is just beginning. For more valuable insights and resources on autism, don't forget to subscribe to U2 Autism. We'd love to hear from you. Share your stories, ideas, and advice with us to help create a stronger, more supportive community. Together, we can make a real difference in the lives of those affected by autism.